What is going on YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we are still doing our crypto coin display giveaway. So if you want to win one of these, as you can see on the screen, it is a $130 crypto ticker display that I usually have in all of my videos. All you have to do to win one of these is comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as comment subscribed. And I will be picking the winner this Sunday, and I will be checking, and if you're not subscribed, you won't win. But just do those two things and you will be entered to win the giveaway. Now, moving on, more importantly, what we're going to be looking at, obviously, is the continuation pattern that's been happening within cryptocurrency. We have this massive drop in crypto that's pretty much taken over every single cryptocurrency that's pretty much trading in the market right now. Every single thing got liquidated and has saw a major drop to the downside. Realistically, what we have to look at right now is how exactly they've decided to close. It seems like for the most part, majority of these cryptocurrencies actually closed last night above some very key support levels, which is a very good thing. That was ultimately going to help us judge that this might just be only an outlier and we might just need to ignore it and move on from there. I've done a lot of research prior to this to kind of figure out what exactly is going on, whether or not El Salvador actually stemmed this or whether it was something even bigger. I have some more information that I'd like to share with you guys, as I find it quite interesting and I think a lot of you guys will benefit from it, as well as discussing what's the next step from here. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. All right, guys, so I want to start off with this article by Cointelegraph. I think it's a really good article. I wanted to go over it with you guys. But as you guys can see, analysts point to over-leveraged traders after Bitcoin flash crashes to 43K. And it basically shows here that traders were caught flat-footed on September 7th after a sharp collapse in the price of Bitcoin and saw the digital asset fall below 43K. And this led to a widespread liquidation in derivatives markets, very interesting, as more than $3.54 billion was liquidated. That is a massive amount, guys. Like, think about that. $3.5 billion. The amount of liquidation in the past 24 hours. Notice which exchanges are offering more or less liquidity. More people are leverage trading on these websites, but Bybit had $1,246 million. Huobi, Binance, OKEx, FTX, and then BitMEX all saw major sell-offs. And you can see here the bullish sentiment had been on the rise coming out of Labor Day holiday weekend in the United States because Bitcoin was officially recognized as legal tender in El Salvador, but the celebration was quickly extinguished by a 16% plunge. Data from Cointelegraph says that TradingView shows that the sell-off in Bitcoin began during the early trading hours and accelerated midday as the price of Bitcoin fell to a low of 42K before the dip buyers arrived to bid it back above 46,000. So yes, there's a lot of ways people go around trading this crypto. Obviously, off the drop to the downside, many people got liquidated due to this flash sell-off. As expected, I got liquidated too, and I'm sure a lot of other people did as well. But it's okay. That's why we create stop losses. Now, we have a stop loss. We didn't get liquidated, but in a way it is the same thing. We just took it at a higher liquidation level than what we could have lost, so not too worried. Now, more importantly, the interesting thing is obviously we could short this, and I'm sure tons of people did short it, but a lot of people were buying on the bottom, and that's really what drove the price back up, which is great. Obviously, seeing this major reversal here, and if I was a little bit earlier to this game and I saw this drop actually happen, and I saw it retest the bottom support at 43K, seeing it retest the moving average after a major flash crash below major support levels, I would have bought in too, leveraging this from the bottom back to the upside too, which would have made a good profit. So there was tons of ways to make money in this, whether you shorted it, whether you bought it at the bottom at the moving averages and swung it back up. All of these would have showed great signs. As we always say, there is a ripple effect and it likes to bounce off the bottom. So we usually see a very steep drop followed by a very steep decline back up or recline back up, and then we usually see big wicks, and that's what we're seeing now. It's happened many of times here. You can see it literally just going back in the past here on Bitcoin, and I can just use it for XRP too. It doesn't necessarily have to just be Bitcoin, but usually after these big drops in price, we tend to see major swings back to the upside. It happens in both ways, but we're just starting to see a bullish reversal back to the upside. So that's why I'm still gathering that we're going to continue continue this bullish pattern. You could see right here on Bitcoin back in January when we saw this major reversal to the downside, we saw major swings and major drops. And immediately after that, maybe a week later, we started to, rally back up. So it's healthy. It's not unnecessary, and it was definitely a good thing, in my opinion, for us to see this reversal. I still am fairly bearish until the market proves otherwise, but that's where I want to continue with this article. So it says longs are heavily liquidated as Bitcoin sells off. A fact-focused analysis of the current state of the market was offered by on-chain analyst Willy Woo, who posted the following tweet. Day opened with equities risk off. Some sell down on Bitcoin, medium levels of fundamental inflows, then stop hunt says liquidity collapse, 1.1 of Bitcoin liquidations, overall unsupported by investor fundamentals on-chain. There was a better thing here. So people were even saying, which is pretty crazy, Wu said, not entirely sure what the F just happened, but that's the sequence of events. The sell-off was mainly on derivative markets, like most crashes are, because people are obviously trading with a lot more leverage than the money they actually have. So when we do see big spikes like this, it tends to see a major reaction because there's a lot more liquidity being produced because people are trading with more money than they have. It's very obvious to see why these swings right now can be a lot more aggressive and steep than maybe a couple of years ago. Now, this is where things get interesting. Further analysis of September 7th move in Bitcoin was provided by a market analyst and Cointelegraph contributor Michael Van de Poppe, who also highlighted the role that over-leveraged traders played in the day's price action. So Bitcoin lost 49K, a level which was a crucial support, as we all know, very so. Now, what was interesting, it says over-leveraged positions getting quickly liquidated in in-chain reaction causing massive wick, as we know. If this wick closes above 47 to 48K, it will just be an outlier. Opportunities. Very, 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 very true. And then people said, feeling lucky you did not get liquidated in the corrective move earlier today. Wait with getting new dry pants might not be over yet. So some people are obviously speculating that, it could be a reversal back up and then fall lower. I'm also seeing double bottoms here, which could obviously reference even a bigger pull. You can see a double bottom could reference a reversal back up. So there's a lot of variables right now. Everybody is just speculating. So you're going to have to give it some time. You're going to have to give it some time before we can really speculate what exactly is going on. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to cover with you guys. Noticing here that I did have Bityard pulled up. What's interesting is you can see, I think it's pretty much done. I mean, hear me out. I think we're okay. I think this is enough of a reversal. You can see on Bitcoin here, if we just go back to prior history, notice when we see these dips overall, and this is how I'm going to try to prove my point, but when we see these dips overall, we saw a major swing from 41K all the way down to 30K, about $11,000, right off the bat. You can see it fell to its 40-day moving average and then used that, stability and volume to rebound back up. And then we fell again. Where did we go? Right to its 40-day moving average and continue that price. Now, you can see the same thing is kind of happening right now. We are still creating these higher low formations, and ultimately price fell right down to its 40-day moving average on Bitcoin, and then we immediately saw prices, or hopefully are going to see prices swing back up with a higher low formation continuing. So not worried. Obviously, if I was not on a boat in the middle of the ocean and had service, I would have been trading this and letting you guys know with an earlier video like today. But because of the unprecedented events, I had to make it later in the afternoon and put out a video that was pre-recorded just so you guys had some content. So what's interesting though is it's great. Obviously, it was a very unexpected move. I was not anticipating it in the slightest, nor was anyone else. Obviously, how we can react with this is they were good buying opportunities. I even think here is still a good buying opportunity. Definitely more of that moderate to aggressive style of trade, but even buying at the bottom here on the 40-day moving average, I mean, as history, if it shows, and we're still continuing this higher low movement, at the bottom is kind of a good buying opportunity. It usually sees big reversals off of that. So the fact that we closed above this bottom support here and not below it is a very big opportunity that we could just bounce and use it to leverage ourselves back to the upside. So I think it's exciting. I still think there's some bullish movements left. I still think markets are going to be heading back up. Now, I'm going to just kind of talk, freestyle here for a minute. Well, first off, obviously, check out Bityard. This is what we use to leverage cryptocurrency as well as get liquidated. Sometimes I'm guilty of that too. We were in a big on Ethereum until Ethereum crashed and sold us off, as well as Bitcoin. But they did, obviously Ethereum closing a little higher because it was a little higher to begin with, but Bitcoin actually closing below or right above its 40-day moving average is a good sign that we could see potential reversal back up. But all these cryptocurrencies, even XRP closing above its 40-day moving average, looks good enough to buy in at the bottom here, anticipating a leverage back to the upside. So I did link Bityard in the description if you guys wanted to check it out down below. Obviously, you can check out the demo account by clicking that. Very easy to do. You can see how it gives you 100K to start off with, and just by showing you guys by example a few trades, we were able to get it over, $1,100, so or $1,113 in literally just 2 trades. It really is that easy. It's very simple to use. Just by showing you guys by example some of these trades, it's very easy to use. But just as a simulation, it's something to consider just trading around, especially in markets like this, to test your skills. Now, more importantly, looking at these cryptocurrencies again, you can see there's some very interesting patterns. Obviously, without a doubt, we are definitely back inside our big Elliott wave formation, and that is still a factor. Now, long-term outlook, looking at this over the next couple of months, I'm still very bullish on the market. Yes, short term, could we see, the rest of September, a B2C formation in regards to an even bigger bullish move to the upside as expected, because there is still a beautiful uptrend here. Yeah, it's still possible. We're still trading inside a big Elliott wave. We did unfortunately break down inside our Elliott wave. So there is still this big possibility we could go from a B2C formation very quickly. So it's still on the table, but long term, so consider that. Long term bullish, short term maybe B2C for September, potentially bearish. That's really what we're focusing on. So long term, very bullish on all these cryptos. Short term for September, we're trying to figure out whether or not we're going to be breaking bullish or just correcting back to the downside. Now, the good thing for most of these cryptos, especially XRP, is XRP closed above its resistance level, and that's a good sign. We closed above our moving average. We closed above our price supports. The bottom, price floor at $1. So it's good that we closed above $1. It pretty much just, kept us back inside what was pretty much trading sideways since August 14th. So it's been about 3 weeks now of this consolidation. We tried to break bullish. We looked bullish, breaking off the uptrend. And then just randomly, we see these major spike flash to the downside. And now it's set us, it's reset ourselves, which is good. It actually set us a lot lower than we've been in a while. You can see right here, the same price level we were at back in August 26th. We're currently trading at the same price level now, but we're much lower on the RSI. So this would give us potential that if we do come back up to retest the top resistance that we just previously made, it would give us the volume or enough space to move up even higher. So I'm not too worried about the way this price could potentially move to, but really it's a waiting game right now. I know you guys are looking for a specific dedicated answer, like buy in right now, especially this second we're going to be seeing a big bullish run. All I can say right now is markets look very good. I'm still going to wait to buy in. As you guys remember from the Cointelegraph article, we're still kind of in the mist right now. So once we get that confirmation that we need, then we'll buy back in. But things don't look, negative just yet, because we did close way above our bottom support, which is a very good sign. That means that this might just be an outlier, and I still think it is an outlier. If we had closed below it, then yes, maybe we would see some prices drop even lower, and maybe it is a correction, but I still want to just consider this an outlier for now. Closing, above the bottom support here. It should hopefully allow us to regain some footsteps and break through it and hopefully head up. That's ideally what we're looking for. So once again, we have to play it back. As long as we stay above this bottom support at $1, we'll know not to buy in. But we're waiting once again for prices to breach not only this resistance at $1.19 but $1.30 to buy back in. So we are now redoing history. What we did back then, we're doing now. So the advice that you guys need to understand, and what I'm going to be doing, is once again, if tonight closes below our bottom support level at $1, well, we can, it's kind of low at the dollar. It's maybe closer to, and I can move this down to like right here. Yeah, I'll leave it right here. And maybe $1.07. If we decide to close below this, anticipate a short. So maybe play it off as $1. I'm going to move it a little lower just to make things a little easier. I'd say right here. So $1.03 is kind of where that resistance is. So if we close below $1, let's say we close at 98 cents, that is enough for me to buy in to short to the downside, anticipating B2C completion for the remainder of September. But once again, I don't like to trade inside channels. So if we just start free floating once again, as we've been in here, and we continue this movement, I'm not buying in until I see confirmation above $1.30 again. I don't care. I'd rather wait, but I'll buy in once we complete $1.30, and then I'll leverage in. So we're waiting for daily candles to pretty much give us a sign. Are we going to close below $1, allowing us to short B2C, or are we going to see a breach above, what could be $1.30, as we've done in the past, allowing us to buy in for a break to the upside? That's ideally what we're going to be doing, and this applies to all the cryptos. Ethereum right here looks really good, actually. I think we're going to head up even higher. We're seeing some uncertainty today, right this minute, but I mean, we closed not only above the Elliott wave, very much so above the Elliott wave, we closed above our price resistance, price ceiling, and pretty much on our uptrend here. A beautiful supporting uptrend that's hopefully going to allow us to continue to pump. So if with Ethereum looking good and all these cryptos hitting its 40-day moving averages, they're all signaling reversals back to the upside. So it might just be a great day to buy in at bottom support. Bitcoin, once again, I'm just going to slightly tweak it lower. I just don't think it's that necessary. It's literally right here. I mean, some people might even move it even lower down. It's very possible, but where we're standing right now, things look good. We reversed back once up, back again once above the resistance, the price floor. Now getting us back inside what was pretty much took us 2.5 weeks to consolidate out of. We're now back inside, but hopefully this will breach and we'll see a run back to the upside. But once again, same thing applies that I said for XRP to Bitcoin. If we close below this bottom support here and we close closer to $45,000, we buy in for a short, anticipating B2C to take over September. If we close above 50K, we know to buy in long, anticipating a bullish run for September. And that carries on to most of these cryptos. Cardano looks very crazy right now. Obviously, this was overextended from the get-go, and there still is a downtrend, which I found interesting we were going to talk about. But just to wrap up today's video, things don't look too bad. S&P 500 looks okay. Consolidation at the top. Usually, we see some reversal after that, so we might expect to see a few days of negative drops after today. But otherwise, it's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you want, definitely make sure to enter the giveaway link, just by commenting your favorite crypto as well as subscribe. And then make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.